Hi, welcome,
Hello.
and thanks for joining us again. Today we want to talk about the foods to eat to lose weight. We have a great short video by Dr. Neil Bernard where he details that for us, and we'll play that now.
Many people try to lose weight by avoiding foods. They're trying to starve off weight. I have a better idea. Let's focus on the foods that cause you to lose weight. What do I mean by that? Well, think about this. If we remember that fatty foods are high in calories, in fact, this will be on the test. Fat has 9 calories in every single gram. So if I avoid those fats, I'm avoiding a lot of calories. Well, what kind of food would help me do that? Well, let's say fruit, for example, like apples and bananas and oranges and tangerines and cherries and grapes. All of these fruits, they have almost no fat in them at all, so they're naturally very low in calories. But it's not just the fruits, it's also grains and beans, like chickpeas and other beans, and all of the vegetables, whether it's broccoli or asparagus or spinach. All these foods are naturally very low in fat. So by avoiding the fatty foods, you're going to naturally lose weight, even though you're not really trying to. Secondly, make sure that you have foods that are very high in fiber. So instead of white bread or white rice, have whole grain bread or brown rice. The nice brown coating on the rice, that's fiber, has almost no calories, but it fills you up. And if I measure, you're going to push away from the table with far less calories than you would have before. So when we bring these foods into our routine, we're going to tend to lose weight. But don't stop there. When you go into the store, the grocery salesman will tell you, you must have extra virgin olive oil. It's so delicious and wonderful, and it goes great on bread. Delicious. But don't listen to him. Because even if it's extra virgin olive oil, it still has 9 calories per gram. That's right, you got it. So you want to avoid the foods that are high in the animal fats, have plenty of grains and beans and vegetables and fruits. Keep the vegetable oils very low. Make sure you have high fiber foods. And in the process, as we're avoiding the meats, the dairy products, the eggs, and the oils, we're focusing instead on the grains and beans and vegetables and fruits. The weight loss is automatic. If you have trouble, take a look at fatty foods that might have sneaked into your routine, like nuts, avocados. They're delicious, but they're fatty too. And if you avoid them for now, you'll find your weight loss is faster. Good luck.
So what's significant about this is, of course, plant-based foods support the body to lose weight naturally. We've been preaching that for a long time. And it really, really works. That's the good news. The other thing that I've heard him talk about is how important it is to keep the fat levels in our cells very minimal if we want weight loss. And of course, the way to do that is to minimize the fats that we take in from free oils, like olive oil, etc. Yeah, so the more that we focus on keeping our fat levels low, which of course eating plant-based does in a big way, and we're mindful of keeping the fat levels that we add to our food low, like for us, we focus on trying to use not more than a tablespoon of avocado oil in our beans and lentils, and we make a big pot, not a little pot, enough for 3 days. And that brings the fat level down. In the past, we used 2 or 3 tablespoons, but now we're being mindful to use less.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's something the body is drawn to fat because when we evolved, we need fat. Fat's important to bring in the fat-soluble vitamins and things from our food. And it's what our cell walls are built out of. We need fat. But when we take our fat in what, like Connie is saying, the free oil form, where the oil has been pressed out of the whole food that it came from, it's been pressed out of the oil of the olives, it's been pressed out of the sesame, it's been pressed out of the avocado. That the body deals with very differently, and it ends up with more of that fat actually getting inside of our cells, which really slows the metabolic rate, which helps keep weight on.
Yeah. So, two things. Plant-based diet, high nutrient dense whole foods. Yay. You'll lose weight naturally. And the second thing is be mindful of the extra fat you're adding. Now, I know Dr. Barnard said eliminate avocados and nuts if you want to bring your fats down even further. And we encourage a handful of nuts and seeds a day and half an avocado a day, because with the high fiber, the body utilizes it very differently. So play with that and see how your body responds.
So always listen within for that guideline. Our bodies are really the best physician. Our bodies know our bodies better than any test will ever tell us, because it's holistic. It's sensing the whole spectrum of nutritional needs. And so the more we can settle and really be aware of what our bodies are looking for on a nutritional level from the body, not from the taste or the thinking, comfort food, this is what I need right now, which is usually high fat. We're looking for what our bodies are looking for.
Good. Okay, recipe. Now, Bill made a beautiful applesauce with these organic apples that we got from a friend. They are, do you want to share about it? Seconds?
Yeah, so yeah, this time of year, there's a lot of apples available. And we paid like 50 cents a pound. I mean, that's nothing.
Amazing.
We're usually paying 3 or 4, even 5 times that for apples. And so, these are seconds because they're a little bit small for that variety, or there's a blemish or something. And so, yeah, we get a lot of apples and we cook them up, make a lot of treats. So this applesauce is simply apples. So we leave the skins on, which makes them a lot tastier, adds a lot of nutrition and more fiber.
Yeah, and then you just add a few raisins, cinnamon, and cardamom, and really good. This morning I had it with the, what is that you make, granola?
Oh, yeah.
That Bill makes with no oil, by the way. So yum. And that recipe is on our blog site under recipes. And then
your applesauce didn't have any cinnamon or any cardamom. It just had a few raisins. So yeah, you can swing it, and you can add frozen fruit if you want, any of the berries, and make it. I remember we used to buy like an apple strawberry applesauce sometimes, and I thought that was just so special, and it was a lot more expensive.
A lot more.
This is a way to get the tastiest applesauce, so much less expensive.
And the great news is when you buy organic apples, especially from somebody who has that orchard in your town, you get nutrients that are so much higher than anything you ever get in a jar, for sure. So thanks for joining us. Let us know if you have comments or questions below.
See you next week.
Bye.